But Zionism is inherently white supremacy. I mean, Israeli society, I often compare it to white South Africans. They exist now. They're the result of settler colonialism and racism and some horrible crimes that were committed against the Palestinian people. And so they had no right to the land. I mean, the whole thing, you can trace it back really to this, what's known as the Balfour Declaration, where a British foreign minister who was a white supremacist promised a Jewish millionaire who was also a white supremacist a land that belongs to people who are not white, people who are not European. And from there, that's really when the whole thing got it, received its main impetus. And so
I heard Tucker Carlson point this out to Mike Huckabee, that when the Bible it says, he who blesses Israel shall be blessed, that doesn't refer to the political state country invented by the UN called Israel. That is not this; those are not the two same Israels. The country, the state, the political faction, the Zionist state of Israel is not the same as the Israel that God's speaking about in the Bible. Can you talk about that at all?
Well, of course not. The state of Israel, this regime of horror that has been, occupying Palestine for almost 100 years, is a branch of white supremacist settler colonialism. That's what it is. What a God may or may not have said to somebody in a Bible, a million years ago or whatever, I don't know what relevance that has to today, except that Christian Zionists throughout the 19th century and then Jewish Zionists, or particularly the Jewish Zionists, knew that that was something that would get the Christian Zionist support. And so even though the Jewish Zionists hated religion, didn't want anything to do with Judaism, in fact, one of the famous statements of one of the founders, one of the first leaders of Zionism, was that a Zionist is the opposite of a Jew, because a Jew is weak and miserable and ugly, and a Zionist is proud and strong and good looking. I mean, these are quotes. And so, but they knew that the Christian Zionists, if they wanted their support, then this idea of God promising the land and all that nonsense is somehow is a good point to keep pushing. And they have been, and they're still doing it. They're still talking about this.